Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dharmesh, Rajesh, Sachi. On behalf of our family, I have great pleasure in welcoming all of you to this evening's Bharatanatyam Arangetram of our daughter Aditi. I would also like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Ganga Srinivas, who has graciously consented to share her evening with us and preside over the Arangetram. I invite you all to please join us for dinner after the program. Our MC for this evening's performance will be Sweta Balaji. Sweta is a passionate and dedicated Bharatanatyam artist, has trained under Guru Sujata Srinivasan at Sri Kala Mandir for 12 years. Her remarkable talent has earned her numerous awards, including first prizes at prestigious competitions such as Cleveland Tyagaraja Arandhana, New Jersey Natya Sangam, and Natya Idol in St. Louis. Sweta's achievements also extend to the national level, as she was recognized as a National Young Arts 2022 winner, placing her among the top 11% of applicants from across the United States. She has graced stages in India and the US, with notable solo performances in Chennai and group performances with Sri Kala Mandir in Bangalore. Sweta actively participates in Sri Kala Mandir dance productions, including the recent Samayam at Cleveland Public Theater. She passionately shares knowledge through Bharatanatyam workshops, serving as a mentor and a tutor for young SKM students. In 2022, Sweta successfully completed her Arangetram. Currently a third-year student at Emory University, she is pursuing a degree in quantitative sciences with a focus on public health, envisioning a future dedicated to making a positive impact in public health. Please welcome Sweta Balaji.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to be the MC for Aditi's Arangetram. We begin this evening's Arangetram with a prayer song. Following the prayer, Aditi will commence her dance with the Pushpanjali. In the enchanting world of Bharatanatyam, a recital often commences with a sacred invocation. The dancer gracefully presents flowers to Lord Nataraja, the divine embodiment of dance, before bestowing heartfelt salutations upon her revered teacher and the esteemed audience. The intricate dance sequences, woven with precision, unfurl to the resounding rhythm of melodious syllables, harmoniously blending with the ethereal 8-beat musical scale. This will be followed by a sloka, Gajananam Bhuta Ganati Sevitam, in praise of Lord Ganesha, and Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram. This is a devotional song dedicated to Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, and the Lord of wisdom and intellect. The song praises the qualities and attributes of Lord Ganesha while invoking his blessings. The phrase Gajananayutam refers to Lord Ganesha, symbolizing his elephant-like appearance, his supreme authority, and divine nature. The song highlights his wisdom, intellect, and immense power. Before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. Please do not use flash if you are taking pictures. Video and audio recording is strictly restricted to authorized persons, so please don't record on your cell phones. To enter or exit the auditorium, please wait till the break between items. Additionally, please refrain from coming into the green room or backstage during the intermission in order for us to get ready for the second half of the program in a timely manner. It would be very helpful if you kept an eye on your young children and have them seated and silent throughout the program. And finally, please turn off your phones and enjoy the program. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the prayer, Pushpanjali in Gambhira Nate Ragam, set to Adi Talam, followed by Gajananayutam.
सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशम् सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशं चिन्तयाम्यहं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशं चिन्तयाम्यहं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसिद्धगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसिद्धगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषम् सिद्ध यक्ष किन्नरादि सेवितम् सिद्ध यक्ष किन्नरादि सेवितम् अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्ध यक्ष किन्नरादि सेवितम् अखिल जगत्प्रसिद्ध मूलपङ्कज मध्यस्थं मोदकहसं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषं चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसिद्धगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकं मनीषम् भाद्रपद चतुर्थ्यां ब्राह्मणादिपूजितं भाद्रपदमास चतुर्थ्यां ब्राह्मणादिपूजितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं छत्रचामर परिवीजितं रौद्रभावरहितं वासजनहृदय विराजितं रौद्रभावरहितं दासजनहृदय विराजितं रौहिणेयनुजाचितं अत्रिराजसुतात्मजम् अनन्तगुरुगुहाग्रजम् अत्रिराजसुतात्मजम् अनन्तगुरुगुहाग्रजम् भद्रप्रदपदाभुजं वासमानचतुर्भुजं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशं चिन्तयाम्यहं प्रसिद्धगणनायकं विशिष्टार्थदायकं वरं सिद्धिविनायकम् अनिशम् तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किडतगतज्जणुतां 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 तगजणुतां तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तों तगतों किड तगतज्जणुतां तगजणुतां तत्तज्जं तत्तज्जं तगजणुतां तगजणुतां तां तज्जं तरिकिड तगतीं तज्जं तरिकिड तगतों तज्जं तरिकिड तगनं तज्जं तरिकिड तां तां तज्जं तरिकिड तगदीं दीं तज्जं तरिकिड तगतों तों तज्जं तरिकिड तगनं नं तज्जं तरिकिड तां तरिकिड दीं तरिकिड तों तरिकिड नं 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 तरिकिड तरितजं 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 तगजणुतां तरितजं तरितजं तगजणुतां तरिकिड तरिकिड तों तरिकिड नं तरिकिड दीं 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 तत्तीं तत्तजं तत्तडं तत्तरु तरिकिड तरिकिड तों तरिकिड नं दीं 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 तत्तीं तत्तजं तत्तडं तत्तरु तत्तितगजणु तत्ततां तरितगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां जणु तगतां जणु तगतां तत्तितळांगु तगजं तितळांगु तगजं तळांगु तगजं तगदरिकिडतं तत्तितगजणु तगतां तरितगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां जणु तगतां जणु तगतां तत्तितळांगु तगजं तितळांगु तगजं तळांगु तगजं तगदरिकिडतं तत्तितगजणु तगतां तरितगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां तगजणु तगतां जणु तगतां जणु तगतां तत्तितळांगु तगजं तितळांगु तगजं तळांगु तगजं तगदरिकिडतं गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बू फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम् गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं 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 भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्रीगजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्रीगजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्रीगजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं अजेन्द्रपूजित विघ्नेश्वरं अजेन्द्रपूजित विघ्नेश्वरं अजेन्द्रपूजित विघ्नेश्वरं अजेन्द्रपूजित विघ्नेश्वरं गणादिसन्नुत पदपद्मकरम् अजेन्द्रपूजित विघ्नेश्वरं गणादिसन्नुत पदपद्मकरं कुञ्जरवञ्जरचतुरधरकरं गुरुभुगाग्रयो प्रणवाकारं कुञ्जरवञ्जरचतुरधरकरं गुरुभुगाग्रयो प्रणवाकारं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्रीगजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं 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 गणेश्वरं
Thank you, Aditi, for the energetic start to this program. Arangetram is a Tamil word which means ascending the stage. It marks the point at which a guru determines that a student has mastered the fundamentals of the dance form and is ready for presentation. The dancer exhibits her various skills in the art form and seeks the blessings of Lord Nataraja, her teachers, and the audience. To destroy evil and establish good, Lord Vishnu is supposed to have taken 10 incarnations. 2 of these incarnations will be elaborated in this next piece. In the first incarnation, God appears as a half man and half lion to devour and kill the demon Hiranyakashipu, who proclaimed himself as God. In the second, God appears as a dwarf, Vamana, to punish the egoistic King Mahabali. The king grants Vamana 3 measures of his foot. Vamana then assumes a huge form, measures the earth and the sky with the first 2 measures, and with the third, vanquishes the king's pride. The devotees joyously bring the idol of Lord Vishnu on a palanquin, place him on a swing, and sing his praises. Aditi will now perform Dolayam in Ragam Kamas set to Chatusra Ekatalam, composed by Saint Annamacharya.
गुणशौरे धरणीधर मारु जनक डोलाया चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया डोलाया मीन कूर्म वराह मृगपति अवतारा दानवारे गुणशौरे धरणीधर मारु जनक डोलाया चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया डोलाया मीन कूर्म वराह मृगपति अवतारा 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 मीन कूर्म वराह मीन कूर्म वराह मृगपति अवतारा 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 दानवारे गुणशौरे धरणीधर मारु जनक डोलाया चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया 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 चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया वामन राम राम वर कृष्ण अवतारा श्यामडांग रंग रंग सामज वरद मूर हरण डोलाया चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया डोलाया वामन राम राम वर कृष्ण अवतारा श्यामडांग रंग रंग सामज वरद मूर हरण डोलाया चल डोलाया मरे डोलाया डोलाया वामन राम राम वर कृष्ण अवतारा 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 वामन राम
I now invite Aditi's sister, Sachi, to come to the stage and speak about Aditi.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming tonight. Welcome to the main event of tonight's program, my speech. My name is Sachi, and I'm sure everyone has been waiting all night to hear what I have to say about my sister. Aditi has been practicing for her Arangetram for the most of last year, but to be honest, until I attended her first rehearsal on Monday, I didn't know she was this good. But you know what? Knowing my sister, who I've witnessed try so hard at every single task, whether it be her Kumon papers, violin, dance, or studying for a test, of course I knew she was going to be this good. There was never a chance this performance was going to turn out anything less than amazing and impressive and extraordinary, because that is always the result of everything Aditi does. We've of course been to several Arangetrams in the last few weeks, and I felt so much pride watching every dancer begin their performance, because these are people that I have known and watched grow up for my entire life. But the pride and love that I felt today watching my baby sister is so overwhelming, and I'm so lucky to be standing here to talk about Aditi to everyone else. However, I know this feeling of pride and love is not unique to me. I'm sure every single person here felt the same thing, because Aditi instills that feeling in everyone she meets, which is why all of her friends and family jumped at the chance to come see her perform, and I'm sure would jump at the chance to give a speech about her. Like all siblings, Aditi and I fought when we were little. And like all siblings, as the years went by, we became best friends. I tell her everything, probably too many things, and she's always what I miss most when I'm gone. I'm so glad she will be with me at Ohio State in the fall. Little sisters are known to follow big sisters around, but at OSU, I will be the one begging her to hang out with me. I will be the one running behind her until she is sick of me. We have this running joke. In the last few years, we've been to countless Arangetrams for Sujata Auntie students, and at every one, the sibling of the dancer gives a speech about how much they love their sibling. Every time, I would joke, when I give your speech, I'm gonna say I hate you. But Aditi, I'm your #1 fan, your biggest supporter, your loudest cheerer. I'm so, so proud of you, and these are the nicest things you will ever hear me say to you, so you better be crying backstage right now. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachi, for sharing your sweet words about Aditi. In Bharatanatyam, there exists a jewel called the Varnam, an essential component of its repertoire. This artistic masterpiece seamlessly intertwines intricate footwork, graceful movements, and the art of storytelling through expressive gestures and facial expressions. It is a culmination of pure dance and emotive interpretation, demanding the utmost skill and precision from the dancer. This evening, we present Amma Anandadaini. This Varnam serves as a beautiful ode to the Divine Mother, celebrating her benevolent and blissful nature and her embodiment as Om. The composition revolves around expressing devotion and gratitude towards the motherly aspect of the divine. It portrays her as the ultimate source of joy and happiness, bestowing blessings and nurturing her devotees with boundless affection. As the inseparable consort of Shiva, as represented by the Ardhanari form of Shiva and Parvati, they evoke the combined energy of Purusha, masculine, and Prakriti, feminine. I will now invite Aditi to share a demo of the episodes depicted in the Varnam. The first episode will elaborate the story of Abhirami Bhatter, known as Subramanya Iyer, who was an ardent devotee of the goddess Shakti. Due to his great devotion and oneness with the goddess, he had the habit of seeing the goddess and the women around him and showered them with flowers. Once, when the king Serfoji visited this temple, he noticed this peculiar behavior and he inquired about it. Some called him a madman. Seeking to know the truth himself, Serfoji approached the priest and asked him what day of the month it was, whether it was a full moon day or a new moon day. Subramanya Iyer, who could see nothing else but the shining, luminant form of the goddess, mistakenly answered that it was a full moon day instead of a new moon day. The king rode off, informing Subramanya Iyer that he would have his head cut off if the moon did not appear in the sky by 6 p.m. Immediately realizing his mistake, Subramanya Iyer prayed to the goddess Abhirami to save him. He sang the Abhirami Antadi. Goddess Abhirami herself appeared before him and threw her earring over the sky such that it shone with bright light upon the horizon. The area around the temple sparkled with bright light, and overcome with ecstasy, Subramanya Iyer was very happy that she saved him. The king repented his mistake and immediately canceled the punishment. He also bestowed upon Subramanya Iyer the title of Abhirami Bhattar, or priest of goddess Abhirami. The second episode will depict the story of the great poet Kalidasa and how he was transformed from a dull-witted shepherd to becoming one of the greatest Sanskrit poets of all time. Once, there was a princess who debated several scholars who wished to marry her and punished the losers to imprisonment. To avenge this insult, she was duped to marry this illiterate shepherd. And when she realized his ignorance and lack of education, she spurns him. The shepherd pleads to goddess Shakti and is granted phenomenal knowledge, making him the greatest poet of all ages. Shakti is also represented as the inseparable consort of Shiva, as represented by the Ardhanari form of Shiva and Parvati. Together, they evoke the combined energy of Purusha, masculine, and Prakriti, feminine. The dynamism of the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, knowledge, Saraswati, and power, Shakti, are beautifully evoked through this tribute to the Universal Mother. Thank you, Aditi. Ladies and gentlemen, composed by Dr. M. Balamurali Krishna, let us watch Aditi perform Amma Anandadayini in Gambhira Nate Ragam set to Aditalam.
அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அகார உகார மகார ரூபிணி 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 அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி
தளங்குதக்கதை குதக்கத்தை ததிக்கிட்டதும் தா த திம்மி தக்க த தீமி தக்கி த தக்க தட்டிக்கிட்ட தக்க தா தட்டிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தை தக்க தட்டிக்கிட்ட தக்க தா தத்திமி தக்க தத்திமி தக்கிட்ட தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தை தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா தத்திமி தக்க ரத்திமி தக்கிட்ட தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தை தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா ததிமி தக்க ததிமி தக்கிட்ட தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா ததிமி ததிமி தக்கிட்ட தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தக்கத்தா ததிமி தக்க ததிமி தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தாங்கு தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தாங்க ததிமி தக்கிட்ட தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தாங்கு தரிக்கிட்ட தாங்கு தக்க தரிக்கிட்ட தா ததிமி தக்கதா ததிமி தக்கத்தை ததிமி தை ததிமி தக்கதி தா ததிமி தக்கதா ததிமி தக்கத்தை ததிமி தை ததிமி தக்கதிமி தாம் தச்சம் தத்தச்சம் தக்கிட்ட ஜம் தரிக்கிட்ட கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் தரிக்கிட்டோம் தாம் தச்சம் தத்தச்சம் தக்கிட்ட ஜம் தரிக்கிட்ட கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் தரிக்கிட்டோம் தாம் தச்சம் தத்தச்சம் தக்கிட்ட ஜம் தரிக்கிட்ட கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் கருதக தரிக்கிட்டோம் தரிக்கிட்டோம்
அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அகார உகார மகார ரூபிணி அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அகார உகார மகார ரூபிணி அம்மா ஆனந்ததாயினி அகார ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ 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 ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ ಅಕಾರ ಉಕಾರ ಮಕಾರ ರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದದಾಯಿನಿ
ದಳಂಕು ತಕತಿ ಕುತಕ ತಟ್ಟ ತಿಕ್ಕಿಟ ತುಂ ತತ್ತ ಗದ್ದಿನ್ ತಗದಿ ತಾ ಕತ ಜೋಣು ತಾ ತರಿತ ದಣ ತಾ ದಣತ ಜೋಣು ತಾ ಜೋಣುತ ದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿತ ಕಿಟ ತತ ಗದ್ದಿನ್ ತಗದಿ ತಾ ಕತ ಜೋಣು ತಾ ತರಿತ ದಣ ತಾ ದಣತ ಜೋಣು ತಾ ಜೋಣುತ ದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿತ ಕಿಟ ತತ್ತ ಗದ್ದಿ ತಾ ಕತ ಜೋ ಸಕ ತತ್ತ ದಿಮಿತ ತತ್ತ తట్టి తద్దన్న దన్న జొన్ను జొన్ను తిమ్మి తిమ్మి తక్కిట తాంకిట తక జొన్ను తాంకిట తక జొన్ను తాంకిట తక తక్కట్టి తద్దన్న దన్న జొన్ను జొన్ను తిమ్మి తిమ్మి తక్కిట తాంకిట తక జొన్ను తాంకిట తక జొన్ను తాంకిట తక దితా 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 కృత తిరిగిడోం దితా 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 కృత తిరిగిడోం కృత తిరిగిడోం దితా దితా కృత తిరిగిడోం కృత తిరిగిడోం కృత తిరిగిడోం
ఆనందదాయిని అకార ఉకార మకార రూపిణి అమ్మ ఆనందదాయిని అకార ఉకార మకార రూపిణి అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము చేసి ధన్యుడనైతిని అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము చేసి ధన్యుడనైతిని అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము 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 నిని జా 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 నిచ్చని ని జా జా ని జగ జని బా పని జగ జని బని జని బమ గమ బని జగ ని జని బని ని బమ గమ బని జగ జ గజని బని జని బమ బని ని బమ గ అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము చేసి ధన్యుడనైతిని 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 అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము
తలంకుతోం కృతక తరిగితోం గదిం తాక తరిగిట తక జం తత్తిం తక్కిట్ట గదిం తాక తరిగిట తక జం తత్తిం తక్కిట్ట గదిం తాక తరిగిట తదిం తాక తరిగిట తక గదిం తాకుత తదిం తాకుత తదిం గదిం తా గదిం తదిం తా తదిం తా దిక్కు తదిం తై తక తదిం తా కృతక తదిం తై తదిం గదిం 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 తాక తదిం తా తదిం తా తక దిక్కు కృతక తరిగితోం తా తదిం తా దిక్కు తదిం తై తక దిక్కు కృతక తరిగితోం తా తదిం తా కృతక తదిం తా తక దిక్కు కృతక తరిగితోం
అమ్మ ఆనందదాయిని అకార ఉకార మకార రూపిణి అమ్మ నిన్ను నమ్మి బాలమురళి గానము చేసి ధన్యుడనైతిని ni sa ga ma pa ma pa ni sa 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 ni pa ni pa ma pa ma ga ma ga sa 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 ni pa ma pa ma ga ga sa sa ni pa ma pa ma ga sa amma आनंददायिनी अकार उकार मकार रूपिणी अम्मा आनंददायिनी अम्मा आनंददायिनी नी निर्विकार निरामयमूर्ति करणिशत किरण सुषममय मुग नीलिचेति सकलमुनवरसभरितमु निरतमु निरवधिक सुखमुननुभव अम्मा आनन्ददायिनी नी निर्विकार निरामयमूर्ति तरणिशत किरण सुषममय मुग नीलिचेति सकलमुनवरसभरितमु निरतमु निरवधिक सुखमुननुभव अम्मा आनन्ददायिनी नी निर्विकार निरामयमूर्ति तरणिशत किरण सुषममय मुग नीलिचेति सकलमुनवरसभरितमु निरतमु निरवधिक सुखमुननुभव अम्मा आनन्ददायिनी अकार उकार मकार रूपिणी अम्मा आनन्ददायिनी अकार उकार मकार रूपिणी अम्मा 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 शिवे शिवे वे वेलवरालरा शिवे मुरालिंचु शिवे 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 वे वेलवरालरा शिवे मुरालिंचु शिवे 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 वे वेलवरालरा शिवे
తలంకు తక దిగు తక తటికి తోం తత్తడింగు తక తక తడింగు తక తడింగు తక డింగు తా తత్తడింగు తక తక తడింగు తక నక తడింగు తక డింగు తా తత్తడింగు తక తా తక తడింగు తక తే నక తడింగు తక తా కృతక తడింగు తక తే తత్తడింగు తా తక తడింగు తా నక తడింగు తా కృతక తడింగు 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 కృతక తరింగుతోం తక్కతక తరింగుతోం తక్కతికు కృతక తరింగుతోం
शिवे 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 वे वेलवरालरा शिवे मुरालिंचु 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 शिवे 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 वे वेलवरालरा మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు 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 శివే 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 వేవే వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు సగా మా పా నీ సా గ సా నీ పా మా గ సగ మా పా నీ సా గ సా నీ పా మా గ శివే 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 వేవేల వరాలర శివే మొరాలించు శివే 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 సదానందానందామృతం సత్సంగీతం సదానందానందామృతం సత్సంగీతం సదానందానందామృతం మగస పామగని మప సా మగస మగస నీ పమగ శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 ఏది నిజం వేయద సత్యమని తెల్పగ ప్రార్థింతును నే తెలియ ఏది నిజం వేయద సత్యమని తెల్పగ ప్రార్థింతును నే తెలియ ఏది నిజం వేయద సత్యమని తెల్పగ ప్రార్థింతును నే తెలియ శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు పమగ స పమగ ని పమగ ని పమ మగ స ని మగ స పమగ స పమగ స పమగ ని పమగ ని పమ మగ స ని మగ స పమగ స శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 బింబ సమాన ముఖ బింబ కదంబ నిగురుంబ మదంబ ఉమశాంబ ఇన బింబ సమాన ముఖ బింబ కదంబ నిగురుంబ మదంబ ఉమశాంబ ఇన బింబ సమాన ముఖ బింబ కదంబ నిగురుంబ మదంబ ఉమశాంబ శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు సగ్గ స ని సగ మ పని సగ స ని పమని పమగ పమగ స ని సగ్గ స ని సగ మ పని స ని సగ మ పని స గ స ని పమగ సగ్గ స ని సగ మ పని సగ స ని పమని పమగ పమగ స సగ్గ స ని సగ మ పని స ని సగ మ పని స ని సగ మ ప సగ్గ స ని సగ మ గ మ గ గ మ గ ప మ గ స ని ప మ గ మ గ స ని ప మ గ గ స ని ప మ గ స ని ప మ గ స గ స ని ప మ గ స గ స గ స ని ప మ గ శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 అంతర్యా గమున నిను కొలిచి పురాకృత కలంబుల విముక్తునిగనే నేటి సకల శుభగుణ వినుత మునిగణ మన త్రిగుప్తి గుణాతీత విధి హరి గణపతి శరవణ భవ శుక సనక అసుర సురగణ రతిపతి సుర పతి వినుత శివే నిరతిశయ శివే శివే పరమ పర శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 వే వేల వరాలర శివే మురాలించు శివే 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 ఏ
Amazing job, Aditi. We will now have, yes. We will now have a brief 15-minute intermission. We would like for you to enjoy the rest of the program and join us for dinner. So may I please request you to return to your seats in 15 minutes. Thank you.
Oh my god, I need to say hi to him.
Very nice. Oh.
Thanks for the payment.
What am
The dressing room is over here.
या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना
See, like that. Oh, I think. You can put.
सूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीवक्रतुण्ड महाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीवक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीवक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा श्रीवक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना
Welcome back. Before we proceed, we would like to take a few minutes to introduce the musicians who have created the wonderful music this evening. On the vocals, we have Vidwan Sri Lalit Subramanian. Sri Lalit Subramanian is an accomplished vocalist and percussionist. A disciple of Sri Thiruvarur Girish, Sri Neveli Santana Gopalan, and Srimati Alamelu Mani, he was initiated into Carnatic music by Srimati Chitra Subramanian and Srimati Rajalakshmi Pichumani of Pune. He has also studied Hindustani music with Pandit Shekhar Kumbhojkar, tabla with Pandit Anand Godse, and mridangam with Sri Vijay Sriram. A Sangeet Visharad, Sri Lalit has been a Yuva Wani artist with All India Radio and has sung playback for a Marathi film. Both a soloist and a collaborator with dance, as a performer and a composer, Sri Lalit has performed at notable venues like the Kennedy Center, American Dance Festival, Cranard Center, Walt Disney Concert Hall, Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana, and Sabhas in India. He teaches music and percussion as part of his music school, Madhuralaya. He is also a guest lecturer of world music at the Cleveland Institute of Music. Sri Lalit is a full-time biomedical engineer and has co-collaborated with Guru Sujata and composed for several SKM productions, including the recent production, Manas, The Charioteer Within. Sri Lalit Subramaniam. On Mridangam, we have Vidwan Aditya Ishwara. Sri Aditya is a versatile artist trained in Mridangam, Carnatic music, and Bharatanatyam. Under the guidance of esteemed mentors such as Sri Puvalur Sriji and Sri Vittal Ramamurthy, Aditya has honed his skills in percussion and Carnatic violin, respectively. As a disciple of his mother, Srimati Vani Ishwara, he has also mastered the art of Bharatanatyam. Aditya's multi-talented background allows him to effortlessly understand the nuances of music and accompany it with great sensitivity. With a deep understanding of dance, he seamlessly integrates his artistry into performances, enhancing the overall impact. Aditya's proficiency in Bharatanatyam has made him a sought-after accompanist for dance in North America. He has performed extensively and recorded for acclaimed productions choreographed by Srimati Vani Ishwara. Alongside his artistic pursuits, Aditya holds a bachelor's and a master's degree in computer science and artificial intelligence from Stanford University. Currently, he works as an AI engineer at a Silicon Valley startup. Sri Aditya Ishwara. On flute, we have Vidwan Sri Pasumarthi Sri Krishna. Sri Pasumarthi Sri Krishna is a dedicated flutist and vocalist who has performed in various theaters across India and Northern America for festivals like Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana. He has served several flute concerts, accompanied many artists on flute for vocal concerts, and has worked with several dance exponents. He has performed with music doyens in prestigious theaters of the Carnatic industry. Sri Krishna is an avid performer and loves to propagate Carnatic music in the US. He was initiated into Carnatic music by his mother, Srimati Jhansi Rani, at the tender age of 5. He adheres to Sripada Pinakapani Bani vocal music under the tutelage of legendary Malladi brothers. Senior disciples of Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Sri Nedunuri Krishnamurti. He has learned flute from Sri J.A. Jayanth, a senior disciple of Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Sri Sanjay Subramanyam. He is grateful to all his teachers in his musical journey and loves propagating Carnatic music by teaching music enthusiasts. Sri Pasumarthi Sri Krishna. On the violin, we have Kumari Laya Raghav. Kumari Laya is an upcoming multifaceted artist from Cleveland, Ohio. She received advanced training in Indian classical music from Sangeeta Kalanidhi Vidushi Srimati Lalgudi Vijayalakshmi of the legendary Lalgudi Bani. Laya began her violin journey under Sri Ananda Nadayogi and vocal under Srimati Shanti Raghavan, Sri Lalit Subramanian, and Sri Vaikom Jayachandran. In addition to winning top prizes for over a decade in various competitions held by organizations such as the Cleveland Tyagaraja Aradhana and Chicago Tyagaraja Utsavam, Laya has performed vocal and violin solo concerts and violin accompaniments across prestigious platforms. Laya has been in the orchestra as a violinist and vocalist for many Indian classical dance productions and Arangetrams. Also a passionate Bharatanatyam dancer, Laya trains under Nritya Sevamani Guru Srimati Sujata Srinivasan. Laya regularly performs Western classical violin concerts as part of reputed orchestras, quartets, and ensembles in Ohio. Laya, a rising senior in high school, aspires to share her zeal for Indian music and dance with a global audience. Kumari Laya Raghav. Continuing with the second half, Aditi will perform a Shivatandava Stotram. King Ravana, who ruled Lanka, was egotistical and obsessed with his powers. To prove his powers, he wanted to move Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva. But just as he started lifting the mountain, Lord Shiva immediately placed it back by pressing his toes, crushing Ravana's fingers in the process. This humbled Ravana, who then sang this Shivatandava Stotra to appease Lord Shiva. Composed by Ravana, Shivatandava Stotram in Ragamalika, set to Adi Talam in Tisranade.
ತದರಿ ನ ನ ನ ನ ನ ತದರಿ ನ ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ. ಜಟಾಟವಿ ಗಲಜ್ಜಲ ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಪಾವಿತ ಸ್ಥಳೇ ಗಲೇ ವಲಂಬ್ಯ ಲಂಬಿತ ಭುಜಂಗ ತುಂಗ ಮಾಲಿಕಾ ಜಟಾಟವಿ ಗಲ ಜಲ ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಪಾವಿತ ಸ್ಥಳೇ ಗಲೇ ವಲಂಬ್ಯ ಲಂಬಿತ ಭುಜಂಗ ತುಂಗ ಮಾಲಿಕಾ ಜಟಾಟವಿ ಗಲ ಜಲ ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಪಾವಿತ ಸ್ಥಳೇ ಗಲೇ ವಲಂಬ್ಯ ಲಂಬಿತ ಭುಜಂಗ ತುಂಗ ಮಾಲಿಕಾ ಡಮ 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 ನಿನಾದವ ಡಮರ್ವಯಂ ಚಕಾರ ಚಂಡ ತಾಂಡವ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ಡಮ 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 ನಿನಾದವ ಡಮರ್ವಯಂ ಚಕಾರ ಚಂಡ ತಾಂಡವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವಂ ಶಿವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವಂ ಶಿವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ದನಿ ಸರಿ ಸನಿ ದಪ ಗಪ ಗಪ దని ದಪ ಗರಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಗಪ ಗಪ ನಿದ దని ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ దని ಸ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ನಿ ಸನಿ ಸ దని ದ ಪದ ಪದ ಪಗರಿ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಗಪ 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 ನಿದ దని ಸರಿ ಗರಿ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ತನೋತು ನ ಶಿವ ಶಿವಂ ಜಟಾಕಟಾಹ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ ಭ್ರಮನ್ನಿಲಿಂಪ ನಿರ್ಝರಿ ವಿಲೋಲ ವೀಚಿ प्रतीक्षणं मम धग धग जल ललाटपट्टपावके किशोरचन्द्रशेखरे प्रतीक्षणं मम प्रतीक्षणं मम प्रतीक्षणं मम
తరిత జనత తజ్జనత జనుత తజ్జునుత నిమిత తక్కిటత కిటత తత్తరిత తజ్జనత దణత జనుత దిమి తద్నిమిత తక్కిటత కిటత తకత తకత తత్తరిత తద్దణ తజ్జునుత తత్తిమిత తత్తరి తద్దణ తజ్జును తద్దిమితాం తద్దింగిన్నత్వం తత్తరి తద్దణ తజ్జును తత్తింగిన్నత్వం తత్తరి తద్దణ తజ్జును
प्रतीक्षणं मम प्रतीक्षणं मम धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी विलासबन्धुबन्धुर सुरत् दिगन्तसन्तति प्रमोदमान मानसे धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी विलासबन्धुबन्धुर सुरत् दिगन्तसन्तति प्रमोदमान मानसे कृपाकटाक्षधोरणि निरुद्ध दूर्धरापदि क्वचित् दिगम्बरे मनो विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि कृपाकटाक्षधोरणि निरुद्ध दूर्धरापदि क्वचित् दिगम्बरे मनो विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि सगा मग सनि नि स सगा मद मग मद नि स ग मग स नि र मग मद मद स नि ग स ग मग नि स ग स ध नि स नि मद नि र मग स ग मद ग मद नि मद नि स विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि दृशद्विचित्रतल्पयो भुजङ्गमौक्तिकत्रजो गरिष्ठरत्नलोष्टयो सुहृद्विपक्षपक्षयो दृशद्विचित्रतल्पयो भुजङ्गमौक्तिकस्त्रजो गरिष्ठरत्नलोष्टयो सुहृद्विपक्षपक्षयो तृणारविन्दचक्षुषो प्रजामहि महेन्द्रयो समप्रवृत्तिका कदा सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं तृणारविन्दचक्षुषो प्रजामहि महेन्द्रयो समप्रवृत्तिका कदा सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं निसारि स नि स नि पनि म पानि सरि मरि स नि स पनि सरि नि स नि पनि प म नि सरि मरि म प म पनि स सरि मरि नि सरि प प नि स म पनि स नि प प म रि स नि स सरि सरि म प रि म पनि म प पनि सरि सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं सदाशिवं भजाम्यहं ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय
I now invite Aditi's friends, Shilpa and Jenya, to speak about Aditi.
Hello, everyone. We hope you are having a good evening and enjoying Aditi's performance tonight.
My name is Shilpa.
And my name is Shania.
We have known Aditi since we all started dancing in the very same class together. At the young age of 6, we clicked instantaneously. Although the earliest days of our friendship were outlined by weekly dance classes on the cold Solon church floor, we soon became each other's strongest supporters. As cheerleaders both in and out of dance, we have held each other up and driven each other to become better dancers and better people.
Whenever it was time for class, Auntie lined us up in our V formation for Aditi and I being in the front because we were always the shortest. We grew a bit jealous of the girls behind us because we couldn't look at anyone in front to cheat off of when we forgot the new step we learned the week prior. So Aditi was the person I looked to when in a panic of not remembering. I took a quick, sneaky glance in her direction, thinking that she would have the answer, only to find her looking at me the same way for the same reason.
As time went on, our classes moved from the church into Sujata Auntie's basement, and Aditi and I began duo classes. Short trips to Solon turned into long road trips to Strongville and became tradition after school. They always ended in our trips to McDonald's for Aditi's signature Oreo McFlurries. Never one to be too serious, we giggled away during warm-ups, classes, and stretching afterwards. Even in class, Aditi, Jenya, and I would be constantly scolded for laughing too much, because even looking at each other would be enough to send us into peals of laughter.
Aditi is a very charismatic person who is able to draw anyone to her with her comforting smile and adorable laugh. Through this period of working towards her Arangetram, Aditi would text me about her worries, one being her expressions when dancing. But nothing entrances an audience more than the smile she puts on the character she displays as she dances. Her smile is the perfect representation of her own personality, as she is reliable and comforting, while also being the strongest person I know. Her outgoing self invites happiness and wholeheartedness to every room she steps into. With a smile so beautiful and bright, she continues to shine as a dancer and person as she takes her center spot on stage.
Throughout our entire lives together, Aditi has been one of the most outspoken and honest people I know. She is in tune with herself and her dance, which is how she connects her movements so fluidly and with such ease during these dances. She is confident, and she projects her own personality through each item, truly turning every piece into her own. I believe this sets her apart as a dancer. The ability to use the choreography given to her to communicate messages and put a spotlight on her own personality. Her confidence is not blindly given, as Aditi has earned it over the past years through her hard work and dedication to this performance. She has made such amazing leaps in her abhinaya, grace, and strength that have left all of us awestruck and amazed by how beautifully she dances.
We are so, so proud of you and all the hard work you have done to get here, Aditi. We love you, and to all of the rest of you, we hope you enjoy the rest of the performance. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa and Jenya. The epic story of Lord Rama and Sita from the Ramayana has transcended languages and cultures worldwide. In this poignant song, Sita's greatness is defended, while Rama is cautioned not to solely pride himself on his own achievements. Sita, who faced greater adversity than Rama, stood by him unwaveringly during their 14-year exile in the forest. She was tragically kidnapped and imprisoned in Ravana's Ashokavana, enduring unimaginable torture. After Rama vanquishes Ravana, he asks Sita to undergo the Agni Pariksha, a fire ordeal to prove her purity. Shocking all onlookers, Sita emerges unscathed, untouched by the flames of Agni. Returning to Ayodhya, Rama assumes the throne as king. However, upon hearing gossip about Sita from his spy, Rama, in order to appease his subjects, orders Lakshmana to lead the pregnant Sita to the forest and abandon her there. Sita's sacrifice is made for Rama's survival as just a ruler for the common people. The poet profoundly praises Sita's resilience and magnificence, recognizing the immense personal suffering and public shaming she endured to shape Rama into the righteous king he is revered as. Sita's unwavering devotion and sacrifices remain integral to the Ramayana, surpassing Rama's outward displays of grandeur and reputation as a merciful deity. He reminds Lord Rama not to be carried away, receiving all the grand worship and rituals, and to remember that he cannot equal his wife Sita in her greatness and strength. Ladies and gentlemen, Mara Ram Tame Sita Jine Tole is composed by Avinash Vyas and set to Adi Talam.
दयाना सागर थईने कृपा रे निधान थईने छोने भगवान केवराओ दयाना सागर थईने कृपा रे निधान थईने 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 दयाना सागर थईने कृपा रे निधान के बनावो पण राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ मारा राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना छोने भगवान के बनावो पण राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ मारा राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना सोळे शणगार सजी मंदिर ने द्वार तमे 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 फूलने चंदन थी छोप जाओ फूलने चंदन थी छोप जाओ पण राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ मारा राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ काचारे कांत में ज्ञान भगवान में 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 अग्नि परीक्षा कौन की धी 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 थै फुलाओ घट घट ना ज्ञाता थै फुलाओ पण राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ मारा राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ दयाना सागर थईने कृपा रे निधान थईने दयाना सागर थईने कृपा रे निधान थईने शोने भगवान केवराओ पण राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ मारा राम तमे सीताजीनी तो लेना आओ
Our chief guest this evening will be Dr. Ganga Srinivas. Dr. Ganga Srinivas is an academic general pediatrician in Cleveland, Ohio. Her love for the performing arts began in childhood, growing up in a family that reveres music, and has continued to be nurtured in the rich landscape of tenacious teachers and performers who keep traditional arts thriving in the United States. Dr. Srinivas has been faculty at several medical universities across the country and is currently an associate professor of pediatrics at Case Western Reserve University. In all the communities she has lived in, she has been passionate in promoting the Indian classical arts. Her efforts have focused on a greater understanding and appreciation of the wealth of our living tradition and in engaging students and rasikas of all ages in active participation and exchange of ideas. She lives in Shaker Heights with her husband, Dr. T.R. Srinivas. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Srinivas to the stage to say a few words.
I am short and Namaskaram, everyone. That has been mesmerizing, I think you will agree. And I first need to state my gratitude to Guru Sujata Srinivasan and to the Sanghavi family for inviting me to say a few words at this lovely, lovely performance. I think I speak for all of us who are Rasikas, and giving a really heartfelt thank you to all the artists on the stage who have supported Aditi in this journey of hers. She has dominated the stage. Small as she is, she's taken over. And this feast for us has been an excursion of watching someone turn melody and talam into motion. She's been graceful, she's been very expressive, but always precise. And step by increasingly complex step, she's taken us in this journey through depicting Ganesha's majestic elephantine walk, in the lilting dolaya, where she was in turns the simple bhakta just enjoying the lilt of the music provided by our lovely musicians, through the fearsome Hiranyakashipu and the even more fearsome Narasimha, and then transforming into the back into the simple bhakta who takes Vishnu back in procession. Her Varnam was definitely a beautiful, beautiful piece where she was the embodiment of femininity and feminine power in all its aspects. It was amazing. It was truly remarkable. And so too was the power of her Shivatandava Stotram performance. Thank you, Aditi. That was a treat to watch. I have to say a word here about the brilliance of Guru Sujata's choreography in each of these pieces, where the stories were so beautifully brought out. These are stories that many of us have grown with, and whether or not you know Bharatanatyam, you know the story that Aditi was portraying for us. The brilliance was not just in each piece. There was brilliance in the entire Margam, where we saw the abstract concept of how we, in our tradition, recognize the power of the feminine in all its aspects: the loving mother, the tender young lover, the warrior, the judge of our dharma, of our being following the right path, in the abstract, balanced after intermission with the indignities that are heaped on one woman, one indomitable woman who is not phased and sticks to her dharma, her righteous path, despite all these indignities. Thank you, Sujata. That was beautiful. So, our ancestors classified everything. They broke it down into little pieces so that when we understand the pieces and build it together, we get the sum of the parts. The whole is much greater than just the sum of the parts. And in Nandikeshwara's Abhinaya Darpana, he breaks down the characteristics, the 10 characteristics that a dancer should be defined by, should possess. Javaha, sthiratvam rekha cha, brahmari drishti shramaha, medha shraddha vacho geetam, patra prana dashasmritaha. We saw plenty of agility and steadiness and graceful lines and balance and the use of glancing eyes. The rest of the words are Sanskrit words that don't translate easily into English, but they are the underpinnings of this entire performance by Aditi and by our very, very talented accompanists. Shraddha, arduous effort and struggle, both. Medha, which is intelligence, but also wisdom, the ability to grasp and understand and integrate into oneself. Shraddha, which typically is reverence and respect, but in some usages can mean the quality of paying attention to the correct way of doing things. All of these, Aditi's friends, her family have attested to, she owns in spades. And I have to say, no one that is performing today would have gotten to where they are without these same principles underpinning their everyday lives. The last two, that is Vacha and Geetam, I'm sure Aditi will say a few words, and her entire performance has been underpinned by that knowledge of music and the attention to melody, and has infused her whole performance with musicality. What is most amazing is that she has done this with the pressures of being a junior and a senior in high school. I think in America, we put this extra pressure on our children of adding the Arangetram as the cherry on the top of your senior year of high school. And Aditi has risen to that pressure and I think transcended it in a magnificent way. I think you will agree with me on that. The Arangetram is the Guru's acknowledgement that the student is now at a point where they can join as a junior colleague on the stage. And two of our musicians, I think, are not far from that spot. I have to call out Laya's beautiful, beautiful alapanas. A junior in high school is not often seen on the stage with seasoned musicians and performers such as Srimati Sujata and Sri Lalit and Sri Krishna. Aditya Ishwara is a little bit more seasoned, but in my old eyes, not much further away. And I have to say, he is the consummate accompanist to a Bharatanatyam dancer. He is there, he is holding the really important part of holding the beat, but he comes up so powerfully and so beautifully enhances Aditi's moments of dance. It is an amazing thing to watch and see. I also have to say a word about Srimati Sujata as a guru, not just as a choreographer. Our association goes back to when my daughter learned under her. And yes, she scolded, and she was stern, but one thing I never heard her do was put a student down or call a question as not worthy of being answered. She respected her students, and I think they respect her back because of the respect she shows them. She's very rooted in our culture, as you can see from all the stories that she has illustrated. But she's also very flexible. I remember one class where she was trying to teach the concept of Krishna stealing freshly made butter, and it was going nowhere. The class was lackluster. They might have been chewing on saltless dumplings. So she looked for a minute, and she said, okay, you're stealing chocolate chip cookies. And that turned the class around. And they got the concept right away. And so in that rootedness in her culture, she is rooted in all cultures and all aspects of human behavior. That was one of those instances that have stayed in my mind, as well as in my daughter's mind, of the greatness of Sujata's guru-ness, if there is such a word. I finally have to say a word about the audience. Without the audience, there is not a performance. You're merely dancing or merely singing. And this, as an audience, for us to come together to provide enthusiasm and noise and be open to the experience and actually embody the Sanskrit word of rasika, someone who is there to receive the emotions and the magic that is being created on stage, to receive that essence, that rasa, and reflect it back to our performers, to our wonderful, magical, deeply dedicated performers here, I think, is what keeps our culture and tradition alive and keeps it moving forward. So I think we are due some noise for all of those on stage. Thank you all, and namaskaram.
Wait.
Thank you, Dr. Ganga Srinivas, for your kind words. As the concluding item of the Arangetram, Aditi will perform Tilvana, a series of synchronized movements woven with complex footwork, intricate rhythmic patterns in varying speeds, and elegant poses choreographed to a melodious tune. It brings a vibrant conclusion to the Bharatanatyam Margam with scintillating pure dance movements. The Sahitya on the Tilana talks about Lord Muruga and his interesting maneuvers to marry the tribal girl Valli. While chasing a deer in the forest, Muruga chances upon the beautiful Valli and after several attempts, finally wins her hand. The composer asks Muruga not to ignore him and to grant his grace. This evening's Tilana is in Mishra Sivaranjani Ragam, set to Adi Talam, and is a composition of the legendary violin maestro Lalguri Sri G. Jayaraman. This will be followed by a Mangalam. This is a song of benediction seeking the blessings of God for success, peace, and prosperity for one and all. This divine composition is both an acknowledgement of the universe and its bounty that God has bestowed upon us, and a prayer for that auspiciousness and blessings to stay for one and all. Bhumi Mangalam is in Revati Ragam, set to Adi Talam. Ladies and gentlemen, Tilana followed by Mangalam.
तनदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रिदीं तनदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रिदीं धीरनाथ धीरनाथ 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 झणुतदीं तों झणुतदीं ता तनतदीं तनतदीं तनत तनदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं ॐ त्रिदीं धीरनाथ धीरनाथ झणुतदीं तनदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ रदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ रदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ रदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथां जणुतदीं तों जणुतदीं ता तणतदीं तणतदीं तणततरदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ नदीं 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 तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथां जणुतदीं तों जणुतदीं तां तणतदीं तणतदीं तणततरदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथां जणुतदीं तदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ रदीं 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 तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथां जणुतदीं तों जणुतदीं तां तणतदीं तणतदीं तणततरदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथां जणुतदीं तरदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं धिरनाथ धिरनाथ नदीं तदीं ताझणुदीं तों त्रदीं तां तजं तकजं तों तननदीं तदीं तनदीं तदिरन तां तजं तकजं तों तनदीं तदीं तनदीं तदिरन तां तजं तकजं तों तननदीं तदीं तनदीं तदिरन तां तजं तक
Before I take leave, I would like to say my own few words about Aditi. Her vigor for dance emanated in her performance today, but I can say that this passion begins even from the stages of her learning a new piece, to her daily practice, to the rehearsals leading to this day. I had the pleasure of watching Aditi grow and her dance blossom for the past several months. And when given the opportunity to meet with Aditi and work with her on her Arangetram pieces, I quickly realized that for Aditi, improvement and the desire to work hard towards a goal means taking feedback and drawing inspiration from any and all sources. And whether that feedback was coming from a student of dance like myself, or a dance exponent and guru like Sujata Auntie, Aditi has this beautiful quality of seeking any inkling for improvement and growth. The stamina, athleticism, and grace that you witnessed today was a compound effect of her relentless pursuit for improvement throughout the course of many months. And I know this amazing trait of hers has taken her far in dance and will take her even further when she enters college this year. She is kind and a pleasure to know as a person. So I wish the very best to Aditi, and I'm very excited and proud of her. And finally, I'd like to speak about the person who made this dance happen today and who makes it happen every day for her students, Guru Sujata Srinivasan. Today's program and the pieces and choreography were specifically tailored to Aditi's strengths and interests, and if you can believe it, she has put in the same amount of effort in crafting individualized presentations for every student of hers who has ever completed an Arangetram for several decades. And not only does this show Sujata Auntie's seemingly endless bounds of creativity, but also her care and love for the personalities and the interests of every one of her students. And this care for her students extends into their personal lives as well. I'll always remember how when I was getting ready to leave for my first year of college, Sujata Auntie asked during one of my dance classes whether I liked lemon pickle, and I said yes, assuming it was just a passing question. But when I returned to class a week or so later, I was greeted with 2 or 3 big bottles of her homemade lemon pickle to take to school with me. So for me, continuing to dance is not just a reason for me to stay in touch with my culture, though that is a big part, but staying close with Sujata Auntie no matter how far away I am in the future. And no matter who you are, whether you are a student of Sujata Auntie's or not, she will want to get to know you, who you are, and the way she showers people with this kind of love is the reason we all hold her in such high regard and why she is a treasure in our community. You all have been a wonderful audience, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. It's been my absolute pleasure to be the MC for Aditi's Arangetram, and I thank Aditi, Raji Auntie, Dharmesh Uncle for giving me the opportunity to do so. So with this, I take leave and invite Aditi's parents to come to the stage.
My turn to say a few words. This is about Sujata. I actually want to sing a Telugu movie song, which I usually sing to the other Sujata, but today might be a good time to sing that. Sujata, I love you, Sujata. Nisanga, I love you, Sujata. It's a very old Telugu movie song. So, We all know Srimati Sujata Srinivasan as an acclaimed Bharatanatyam dancer, choreographer, and producer. She has directed several innovative productions famous for their heartwarming and inspiring themes. Many of Sujata's students have won top prizes in international dance competitions and are known worldwide as the upcoming young dancers of the next generation. So in the months of Arangetram prep, I have seen her care about her students in all aspects, and not just Aditi, because I've seen the other 3-4 kids go through the same prep, and I know what she does for each of them. And I think I see a bit of Sujata in each of her students when they dance up here. She has instilled such a discipline and work ethic in Aditi. I'm so proud of Aditi for that, but I'm so glad for Sujata to have done that. And I've been amazed each time when she is teaching in the week of the rehearsal that nothing ever escapes her. You know, she catches every single thing and she's telling Aditi to correct or make it better, and you can see the result today here. So very thankful to Sujata for everything in all the 12 years of making her ready for this day. So, thank you very much. Thank you, Sujata.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Good evening, everyone, and Namaskaram to all of you. Today marks the final Bharatanatyam Arangetram for 2023 from Sri Kala Mandir. I'm a very proud teacher here that each and every student did an amazing job of whatever they have learned and rose up to the occasion and made each one of them memorable and made the whole community come and watch such brilliant performances from Sri Kala Mandir. It has been a journey of perseverance, hard work, and unwavering commitment from all our young students. While many parents desire to witness their child's Arangetram when they first enroll them for lessons, only a few see it through to fruition. My earliest memories of Aditi are of a very shy and quiet child who always stood in the same spot during dance class. Front and left side of the class, always. At the end of the class, there would be a rush to see who would perform the Namaskaram first. And guess what? Aditi would be there right in the front. Aditi possesses a beautiful knack to grasp very quickly all the dance lessons and retain it with an exceptional memory. It is a gift, and she always retained her lessons remarkably well. She was a dedicated student and would sincerely practice, which may not be the case with many young students. The Aditi you saw today has come a long way since those beginning years. When I made Aditi a student mentor, she understood the art form from a very different angle, and I saw a remarkable change in her dance. There was a new understanding of the dance form once it was her turn to teach and correct a student, and this allowed her to gain a deeper understanding of the art form. Throughout the past year, Aditi displayed a renewed commitment to her Arangetram, a commitment that required significant personal time, physical endurance, sacrifice, and dedication. Her performance today is the culmination of her personal resolve to perfect the art form and present it to the best of her abilities. This is a significant milestone and a remarkable achievement for Aditi, and I am very overjoyed to see her flourish into a very fine dancer. This cannot happen without, obviously, the support of the parents. Raji, a devoted enthusiast of Carnatic music and dance, has been involved as a parent from the very beginning. Being an ardent student of music herself, Raji passionately advocates for the classical arts. She has nurtured this interest in Aditi, and today I'm certain she's a very proud mother. Aditi has made this journey profoundly meaningful for Raji and Dharmesh, bringing great pride to her family and so much of happiness to her friends who have all stood with her and supported her all through this journey. I especially have to thank Shweta, who did a wonderful emceeing today and was also instrumental in being a student mentor to Aditi in the first part of the Arangetram preparation. And in fact, I would see that I would get notes from Shweta about what she was correcting. And then I thought I was a very compassionate dance teacher. So in one way I was proud that these students were learning how to mentor and teach, but my goodness, Shweta was pretty strict. Raji and Dharmesh have been such wonderful friends and parents and have been a great source of support for all escape programs, for any kind of help, and I really thank them for being there, quietly helping and working silently to help many, many student families. I'm confident that Aditi will carry with her the invaluable lessons Bharatanatyam has taught her, including the realization of her own immense potential to achieve success. I wish you the very best, Aditi, and I hope you continue to pursue Bharatanatyam throughout your college years. It seems fitting, as a whole batch of SKM students will be starting their college journey at The Ohio State University in the fall. I might as well, I'm thinking about it, go to OSU for the weekend classes. Maybe 9 or 10 of them are going to be there this fall. So I can come with any of those parents who are carpooling. The musicians who accompanied us today provided a delightful treat, and it has been my pleasure working with each one of them. As Dr. Ganga pointed out, the amount of talent that Aditya and Laya brought in at such a young age is remarkable. Aditya is a very accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer, and you could see that he never missed a beat, and he was embellishing anything that she did, like a story or a nuance. His mother, just like me, is a dance teacher, a very, very popular and major teacher in Dallas, and Aditya made her very proud today. Laya, of course, is our dear child of the community. She's been a constant role model for music, violin, harikatha, dance, and whatnot. And I'm very proud of her, and I'm so happy that she's part of our troupe. Our gurus from the community, both Lalit and Sri Krishna, it has been a pleasure to work with them, and the amount of interest and also the care with which they bring their expertise to the performance is remarkable. And thank you, Lalit and Krishna, for that. As this marks the conclusion of our series of 5 Arangetrams for this year, I cannot help but feel a sense of emptiness and solitude that's going to start from next week onwards. It has been a tremendous amount of hard work, but it feels gratifying to know that these accomplished young women have successfully achieved their goals with the support of their families, friends, and the community at large. Life is akin to an album of precious memories created with our loved ones, And I hope this page dedicated to Bharatanatyam will hold a special place in the hearts of all of us involved in it. This journey has brought forth an abundance of love, support, and encouragement for the sake of dance. A simple thank you would not suffice to express our appreciation for all that we have received at Sri Kala Mandir. We hope you can cherish these wonderful moments in your hearts until the next SKM Arangetram. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to my family, my Sri Kala Mandir family, and the loving Cleveland community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will now award a plaque in recognition of Aditi's performance today and the completion of her Arangetram. In recognition and appreciation of the intensive training and pursuit for excellence towards her Bharatanatyam Arangetram, Aditi is awarded this. Thank you so very much for being a wonderful audience. Good night.